up YouTube? Welcome back to yet another packed video. Vincent Mwandi here. Today we're going to talk about the camera gear and lighting I bring along to weddings. Quick disclaimer, I updated my gear over time when I thought it was time to improve my production value and also when I knew I would make profits from shooting weddings. I thought it would be fun to make a video of the gear I bring along to weddings and portrait work. Nowadays, with so many weddings becoming micro weddings because of the pandemic and the lockdown and the regulations, I've found myself minimizing on the photography and lighting gear I bring along to such events. Let me start with the camera. I'm using the Nikon D850. It's such a versatile and strong and durable camera. It has two memory card slots. You can use one slot for your main memory card and the secondary slot for your backups. So that's a good option. This camera enables me to shoot high-res images that I can crop in, I can print out large prints. So it gives me a lot of options, especially when it comes to print work and photo books and layouts. So this is amazing. And I have a detailed video about this beast of a camera. I will link it down in the description below, and also up here you will see the video. For my lens options, I have two lenses. The lens that I use as my primary lens is the 50mm f1.8. It's a fast glass and a prime lens f1.8. It has a fixed focal length. And also I'm using the 85mm f1.8, also a prime lens and has a fixed focal length. I use the 85mm as my portrait lens if I want to capture details, close-ups of the bride, the makeup. This gives me a lot of options, especially when it comes to the portraiture during a wedding or when I'm doing portrait work. This is a versatile option for portraits and I just love it. And I recently did a video specifically about the 85mm, so I'll have the video linked in the description down below. I love using fast glass lenses since they give me beautiful portraits and the background is so smooth, you get a smooth bokeh, so that's amazing. It makes your subject stand out and your images, they have a unique feel to it. I use prime lenses for all my wedding and portrait work, and sometimes I hire out the 70 to 200mm on rare occasions, but mainly I use the 50mm and the 85mm, which serves me and they fit my style of photography, which is high resolution, colorful, vibrant, unique. Let me know in the comments down below what type of gear you bring along to weddings or portrait work. For my lighting needs, I use the Godox V1. It came recently. So this is an amazing flash. The first reason why I went for this flash is because it uses a single lithium battery. It's not like the old traditional flashes that you needed many batteries for it to function. So this one uses one lithium battery. Sorry for that. You see, quite powerful, and I'm having it at half power. Let me just reduce it to 128. You can see. So this is amazing, it's versatile. And I also have this one, a trigger. This is the oldest version, the X1T N trigger. The N stands for Nikon, if you have a Nikon body. So me, I'm using a Nikon system, and I have a trigger that is specifically for Nikon. If you're a Sony or Canon shooter, there are options for that, for this particular trigger. And there's a better version for this trigger, the X2T Pro, which is a more recent version of this trigger. So you can get that one. I use it to trigger this light and the other bigger light behind me that you can see, the AD600 Pro. But for weddings, I don't bring along complex lighting setups like the AD600 Pro and the big softbox. For weddings, I like to be minimal and portable and very flexible, since it's a moment that occurs from different places. The bride walking down the aisle, going to the reception area, going to the photo shoot, the popping of the champagne. So these are moments that happen in the same location, yes, but in different particular areas. So you need to be very flexible and mobile so that you can move and capture a moment and don't miss any moment. When you're talking about complex setups, like for instance the big AD600 Pro, you need to move the light every now and then so that it can come closer to the action and it can come closer to the subject so that you can have soft highlights and shadows and fall-offs. So That setup is more cumbersome compared to this one, and it takes a lot of time to set up, to set it down. All you need for a wedding setup is your body, your two lenses. If you are blessed enough, you can have a 70 to 200mm, which is amazing also. And your lighting, you just need one light, and most of the time you're not going to use it, especially for these micro weddings, since most of them are done outdoors due to the regulations and the protocols, and they take just a few hours. You just need a simple light setup as a backup option. When I'm coming along with this simple minimalistic setup for my wedding work, especially when it comes to the lighting, I use this trigger, the light, and the light stand you're seeing behind me that is holding the AD600 Pro. It's such a versatile light stand. It's small and lightweight, and it's essential for portrait work where you have enough time to set up and position your shot and your set the way you want. But for weddings, you need to be minimal and flexible and mobile at the same time, so that you don't miss a moment in the name of setting up a specific light theme. For my video work, I use the Aperture 300D Mark II attached with the Aperture Light Dome 2, and this setup is such an amazing setup. Right now as we speak, this light is at 35% output, and you can see it's bright enough, it's filling the room, and it's amazing. So for my professional work, or even when I'm doing complex setups for product photography, for my own personal brand and the things that I explore as a photographer or a filmmaker, I use this particular light to light up my scenes. For my YouTube setups and personal films like documentaries, etc., I use the Aperture 300D Mark II. And one essential piece of equipment that you don't want to miss carrying is a hand sanitizer and a good quality mask. Okay, let me just show you how I set up myself to wear this. First, you sanitize, you sanitize, and then you wear your mask. You see? This one kills 99.9% of viruses and germs. It has 70% alcohol, so this is amazing to kill all types of germs and all types of viruses that you might pick along as you're traveling to a wedding, or even during a wedding where you have guests. Some are positive, some are negative. I mean, no offense, but you just need to take care of yourself as a wedding photographer, since most of the time you are in situations where you have a number of guests, a lot of people, they come from all walks of life, so you need to take care of yourself and sanitize. Your phone is such an amazing piece of gear that gets overlooked, and it can serve you in a variety of ways. You can take selfies with your brides and grooms, so this is amazing for memories, for your own memories as a wedding and portrait photographer, and also for capturing those little bit pieces of clip, small videos, and just moments behind the scenes that you can use for your own social media branding and marketing. Let's talk about this camera bag. This is a high quality camera bag. Actually, it's a custom made. A friend of mine, Charles, a wedding cinematographer based here in Nairobi, Kenya, made this custom bag for me from scratch. Actually, this is what he does as his side hustle. He made this particular bag for me. It's such a heavy duty bag. It has IPS, water resistant. Even when it's raining, your gear is protected. As you can see inside, these are just my lens bags. So as you can see inside, it does not have the dividers. I personally asked him not to include the dividers since I wanted my bag to be more flexible. So I prefer having a big light source that I can use to light my portraits. And if I have dividers on this bag, I will not be able to carry the light since I want to use only one bag. I don't want to carry two bags and forget one other location. I just need one bag that can carry everything, and that's why I went for the option of having no divider. I've had this bag for close to 4 years now. This is the 4th year, and it still feels new and rugged as it felt when I got it. Heavy duty. It has a place to place your light stand, so your light stand goes in. It fell from the car, so it kind of spoiled the zipper, but it can be made. This is something simple, it can be rectified. in just a few seconds. I'll take it back to him tomorrow so that he can fix it for me. Just love it. It's rugged and you can feel side duty. It's relatively cheap. Yeah, I got it at around $85 and it has served me for close to 4 years. If you want something similar with dividers and everything included, even your logo, I can hook you up with Charles and you can get a 10% discount when you use my discount code.